They like to play a really boring type of hockey where a lot of the time where you just kind of hang out in your own end and do all that. And I think Matthews learned a lot from that. But there's just been this narrative that like the defense can't get it done. And I think if you're looking at this team now, arguably their defense is probably the best in the division, no?
Okay, like I looked it up and I started going through some depth charts and
let's go down the list. Okay, so they're better than Ottawa.
But are we talking like just like we're talking full like just, 5-on-5 defensively? No,
like their defense in general, like their 6 D-men they roll out there.
The top 3 I absolutely love in Muzzin, Riley, Brody. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hall, I'm not sure what I'm getting.
I don't know.
I don't think they're showing much trust in Dermott these days for some reason. I don't think that he's kind of just
you just don't know.
Yeah, and like Bogosian's a big pickup, but you know what I mean, he's definitely just a bottom liner, right? He's a third line D pairing. Mm-hmm. And maybe you know what I mean he can be up there for the second line if you need a bigger body and some penalty kills,
sure.
But he's not going to be able to keep up with everybody. And
no, but you're also so now you're rotating. You have obviously your top 4 set. You have Riley, Brody, Muzzin, probably Hall. I don't like it, but probably Hall. But then your back 2 pairing is kind of just rotated through Mikko Lehtinen, Rasmus Sandin, Travis Dermott, and Zach Bogosian. And
but that's another question.
As a unit,
what Sandin are you getting?
No clue.
You don't know.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
He's a question mark. But the thing is he could end up being your 7 or 8 D-man because you have these other guys. Like Mikko Lehtinen should be disgusting. What he can do and what he's done in the KHL has been unbelievable. He's an incredible puck mover, really good defender. He'll be great. I have a lot of faith in him being really good on this Leafs team. Mm-hmm. So you already have him that if Sandin doesn't work out, you have that option. And I think he's the primary option. But then you can rotate him to the right side. You could use Travis Dermott, who's shown that he can be an NHL player, especially on your third pair.
I don't know if I feel that comfortable, though, with the rotation because you're not getting into that sense of rhythm of this is my D partner, this is their
I'm not saying you're going to rotate it every game.
No, absolutely.
If one guy's not working out, you have someone behind him that can
But that could also rattle a lot of these players knowing that, you know what, if I'm in the bottom like 2 to 3 of these D-men, then I'm not going to be in here.
It all depends on how they take it, right? Like you can take it as like a chip on your shoulder, like I need to be better. Apparently Sandin has come out flying. Like apparently he worked out hard in the offseason. He's bigger. He's stronger.
I feel, but that could also, you know, what I mean, it works the other way as well, where it lights a fire in their ass and it's competition and it's best man up. And that's what you want out of your NHL player. You know what I mean? I want somebody who's going to compete every single day to be exactly where they are.
Yep.
And work so hard for it.
With that being said, they have 8 NHL quality defensemen.
Right.
Whereas if you go down the rest of the Canadian list, like start at Ottawa. Ottawa doesn't scare me on their back end.
No, they got pieces, like they got like placeholders.
They're okay, but they're not like they're gonna be good.
Your 1 to 6 is too far on the back end, right? Like that's where it just drops out.
Montreal has 2 D-men next on the list. Am I wrong? Like outside of Weber, who isn't anywhere near our top 2 in my opinion.
No.
And Petry's really good with the puck, terrible in his own end.
Right. They picked up Joel Edmondson, who I like as
him as a 3 guy. Like
I don't think that they're there. But if we're also including offense as well with all 5 players now, like they've got some pretty good.
Sure, their team defense, they might be. They're definitely better. Yeah. They're better set up in their system. But just defensemen alone, we have a better defensive unit.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so then if it's just defensemen, like Montreal doesn't make that list. Then for me, I think the team that really pushes it for me is Vancouver.
Vancouver's close.
But
Vancouver was okay defensively last year, not great.
No,
they lost a couple guys.
But they've also added a couple guys though.
Nate Schmidt, who I like Nate Schmidt. I think he's a great NHL defenseman. But
Travis Hamonic is there on a PTO.
Hamonic had a rough year last year.
Right, but he's on a PTO, and as your bottom 6, like that's okay. And you know Tyler Myers is still there. Yeah, Oli Levy is there. Like they have the potential.
They are. I think they are the closest thing to what the Leafs are. They still have Alex Edler, who's been a consummate pro his whole career.
Right.
Oli Levy, you have no idea what he's doing.
Man. Like I
he should be good. Like he has the ability to be good.
Yeah. He has the ability to be just ridiculous. I love like I love that draft choice.
Yeah,
And I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be where Quinn Hughes is. You know what I mean? Like that type of player. I thought that that's what you're getting, and then it would be the two of them. But you don't know what is there. But I like having Tyler Myers, his size really, and Jordy Ben is like annoying. Like he's an annoying.
Be a nice 7 man. You're right.
And Nate Schmidt, man. Let's not forget he's what, like 3 years away or removed from being up in the conversation of. I'm blanking on the trophy right now. Yep, there it is.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I think they would be the closest. I don't think Winnipeg's in the conversation. Edmonton's definitely not in the conversation now that Klefbom's out.
No.
Calgary.
I looked at Calgary for a bit just because their top 4 is solid, I find.
Yeah.
But that's when it goes, 5-6 is.
They're 5-6, and then I don't even know what 7 is, right? So
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like how good Michael Stone is, or anybody of that nature. Yeah, I don't even know any of their their European players.
Tanev Giordano going to be good. Hannafin, great D-man. Rasmus Anderson looked good last year, but Juuso Valimaki and Nikita Nesterov, I'm like, it's shaky. It could be one of those situations where I'm in Toronto and I hear a lot more about our guys, so I put them above them.
Yep.
But it's not a unit that I think is set out to be great. Personally, I don't know. And then I think that's it.
And they've lost, let's not forget, man, they lost TJ Brody to the Leafs. They've lost, and then they lost Travis Hamonic now, who obviously they said they wanted to get rid of, but that does put a little bit of a gap there, especially for
for sure.
Your players, like your defensive end. So I think Vancouver's gonna be the best defensive team. Right. Yeah, just looking at it right now, I think they're gonna be a lot better than they were.
Holtby in the net scares me though.
Yeah, but Thatcher Demko also actually scares me, to be honest, because
it's interesting.
He showed you a lot of potential for sure, but it was a very, very short amount of time.
He was not great in the regular season. Like he was getting a lot of shit from people in the regular season, and then just balled out in the playoffs.
Right, and I understand that. Like there's some guys when the going is on, like it's on, but like with
Matt Murray,
the NHL, you got to play a full season, man. Matt Murray got run out of Pittsburgh before he was even
real quick.
3 years as the only starter there. It was 2-3 years, and then he was out.
Yeah, he played 4 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
And he was hurt for most of them, and people still ran him out of town.
Yeah, there's very few players who can kind of step in the playoffs and then continue success. Like Jordan Binnington, I think maybe is struggling a little.
Could be on that Matt Murray.
Right, and that's what I find with goalies is a lot of these goalies come in and make a good playoff run, and then they just can't repeat that. And one of the things I remember Chicago doing was when Antti Niemi took over the net, and he was a free agent that year, and they didn't sign him; they let him walk to the Sharks.
Yeah.
And a lot of people questioned it, like, why aren't you bringing him back? You guys just want a cup, yada, yada. But it was also we're not just going to pay him because he decided to show up in the playoffs, and that's it. He's going to be our goalie now because they understand that it's a full season.
You got to be able to play for 82 games a year. And I don't know, at 25 years old, Thatcher Demko is just you don't know. He could be that guy that was in the playoffs. Who knows? But it's real tough to just here's the weight on your shoulders at 25 years old because Braden Holtby can't carry the weight.
No, but now an interesting name, and I think he's actually kind of injured right now, though, is Michael DiPietro, who not the greatest
so he should be
at all. But he's not.
He's also not a guy. He was not. He had one start in the NHL, and it didn't look good.
No, but he's someone that's there. You know what I mean? He played for Team Canada, so he's obviously something like the World Juniors. He's also something he's got some skill. The talent's there, and you hope that he can find it. Yeah. But no, Braden Holtby definitely, if he's there by himself, that's a really, really tough ask.